know about you, but this year has been probably the craziest time I've ever had. A lot of things have changed for myself in 2021, and a lot of people will say that 2020 was way crazier, but I'd actually have to beg to differ, at least for me. A lot of things that happened last year didn't bother me as much as it did this year, so I'll go ahead and explain the most depressing times, the times where I felt so anxious, but also the times where I felt such joy and happiness in my life. And I want you guys to join the journey with me as I end this year, 2021. My journey towards joy began this year in 2021. At the time in January, I was living with my parents and I was heavily invested in the stock market. I put all my money on one stupid bet and I almost made $500,000, but just like that, all my money got lost. So I got depressed, I got frustrated. For 3 days I didn't eat, I didn't sleep. I even had to take anxiety pills. And to search for that intrinsic value, I decided to go ahead and go out and buy a house. And there it was, I was searching and searching, and I realized that a lot of my value, a lot of my worth was into whether it be money or whether it be this house. I decided to keep searching, but what was I searching for? Was I searching for pride? Was I searching for gain? Was I searching for something that was lost? I didn't know. So I kept searching and searching, and on top of that, the remnants of 2020 were still lingering into 2021. I was getting frustrated, I was feeling hopeless, and I didn't know what to do. And this all happened between the time of January all the way up to April. So through it all, I decided to continue volunteering, even more so at the church. I took a 6-month hiatus from YouTube, and at the time I knew that the only thing I can progress in now is pushing the kingdom of heaven towards the world. So I kept doing that. I volunteered for the youth, I volunteered for our young adults, I even preached up front a few times, but I kept searching and searching and I didn't know what to do, and I kept trying to get back to who I was from high school. So at the time, I just kept going with the flow, I guess I could say. That was up from May all the way to over summer, and I kept looking at the people around me, seeing that what was in them that I have lost, I don't know. They see happiness in others, they can socialize normally. At the time, I thought socialization, that couldn't be me. I don't want to be that social butterfly anymore. I want to keep progressing and progressing in life on my own. I do that little bit of socialization and then I go back to what I was doing so I can progress in life, whether it be in my job, whether it be in my finances, or anything else besides in people. So that's just it. I remember that I saw a few friends over at Five Guys that I haven't seen in over 10 years, and I spoke to them and they said to me, which was crazy to me, "Jed, you are always such the social butterfly." And then in my head I'm like, me? No, that couldn't be me, not anymore at least. I questioned myself. Where was I? Where was he? The Jed that I used to know, the one that was so happy at the time, that could easily love people, that could easily care for others, and that could easily delve into a conversation or delve into someone that I don't even know and just keep talking to them without a second thought and loving them just as they should be. Where was that Jed? I didn't know. So I kept going, I kept progressing, I kept volunteering at the church, I kept doing more and more and more. So slowly but surely I came to the terms that I needed a drastic change in my life. So I kept enjoying what I have. I kept thinking that I am blessed, I am happy, I need to enjoy what I have and all the blessings that came with it, the people around me, and reciprocating it back, because the world has drowned me. In 2020, the world was so loud. In 2021, the world was so loud. And I kept hearing that. I kept hearing the world about what should I do now? How should I progress? What should I gain in the process? But then I realized that I'm not creating the environment that I crave. I wanted something more. How can I progress in my relationships? How can I progress with God? How can I progress in everything else except in the monetary gain, except in the world, except in all the loud noises that were surrounding me? Because something was wrong. Something was wrong, and I was thinking that life is all about me, and I was thinking that how can I progress? Well, I had to try something because something wasn't working. The more I served and served and served and tried to attain happiness by looking at all the blessings, looking at all the people around me, and hearing what they actually have to say, because for a long time I didn't realize this, but I stopped listening to what they had to say and I didn't actually care about their experiences, but all of a sudden I started actually caring for their experiences, started caring for what they had to say, and started loving the experience that they had just as much as the experience that I've had. And I also started putting together events so that people can come and join in the fun, and inviting more people and continuing to love whoever I met along the way. So I loved people, I started loving them, I started loving God even more, because my pastor once said that you can't love people without loving God. So I started loving them so much, and I had this passion that I've never seen before, and I want to continue this passion and to learn what life can offer, not just all the noise that was around, but the people that God has placed in my life. I started seeing the people around me, and that we were building each other up, edifying one another, and it's not meant to be on a surface level conversation, but in a way that I can physically see joy in people's lives, and that their lives were moving in a way as God intended it. And that's when I saw God's love, and that God loves it when we love each other. And he said to him, "You shall love the Lord your God with all your heart, and with all your soul, and with all your mind. This is the great and first commandment, and a second is like it. You shall love your neighbor as yourself." My pastor once said that you can't really love God unless you love people, and I see now that it's true. I have never felt this much joy in God for a very long time. I started feeling that love, and I know that God has a reason for this. He has a reason for you. There is so much more to life than this world. He can fill your heart. He can provide you with friends. He will create that community if you trust in Him. The reason why I did not remember what joy and happiness felt like was because of all the stress that the world offered, all the anger that was portrayed on the news, and all the money I poured into was only distracting me from what life is all about. I loved money for a very long time, that I didn't know that I stopped loving life. It says in His word, Ecclesiastes 4:10, "For if they fall, one will lift up his fellow, but woe to him who is alone when he falls and has not another to lift him up." I felt as if nothing can lift me up, and that nothing in this world can ever get me out of the situation that I was in, this depressive state that I fell into. But guess what? God has made a way. He has made a way, and that we can help each other. We can edify one another, even through all the things that the world throws at us, because life is good. I know that life is uncertain, and I know that there are a lot of dark times, but this statement remains true. Even through all the darkness, the light will still shine. God will make a way. God will lead you to joy, just as He has led me. I love you guys. God bless. I'll see you guys next time.